I am in heaven, y'all. This has been the most relaxing day. The weather is like really beautiful. It's like 13 degrees or something and really sunny. So in the shade, it's really cool. But then you can go sit in the sun and it just feels great. And I've been reading on my Kindle a book my brother recommended called The Mysteries of Udolpho. And it's a good book. It's really interesting, very suspenseful, even though like nothing has happened. I'm serious about that though. So let's do it. Let's talk about step 6. And, you know, last week I told you I was like, I'm going to look at those notes because I wrote some notes. And I didn't. I say last week, but for me it was a couple hours ago. I'm just alternating from playing Minecraft, editing my Minecraft videos to upload, and sitting in the sun reading Mysteries of Udolpho. Oh, but I forgot. But I can remember it. I think... Well, let's just review. It's funny because I did laundry today and the guys assisted again. And basically, I just don't want their help. There's just too many unknowns. That's why I do my laundry myself anyway. Like some stuff I want to put in the dryer, some stuff I do not. It's just easier, you know, just I'll do it myself. But anyway, they did it. They got into it and did it again. So clearly I have not solved this conflict. However, this time they did it perfectly. It was all beautifully folded and did not smell like cigarette smoke. It was great. So just reviewing, steps 1, 2, and 3 are processing the conflict. And the conflict was something like, you know, I was angry when I discovered my laundry smelled like cigarette smoke. That's step 1. But step 1 also needs a timestamp. So something like last Sunday around, it was almost right before dinner, so probably about 5 o'clock. I discovered my laundry had been done by one of the trainees and it smelled like cigarette smoke, and I felt angry. Then step 2 is just feeling that anger, letting yourself be free with it. Maybe like a role play of just letting them have it. Because in the moment, maybe wasn't appropriate to holler or whatever, but when you feel an emotion, feel it. If you can't feel it in the moment, come back to it. Feel it fully. So that's step 2. Step 3 is to create a healthy conflict statement. Basically, that means that you're taking ownership of the conflict. It's happening in your mind and in your body, and the solution is in your mind and your body. So my conflict statement was something like, I feel angry when I discover my laundry smells like cigarette smoke. I'm not blaming anybody. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe somebody else did it. I don't know. Because if I had said, I feel angry when you make my laundry smell like cigarette smoke, I'm blaming somebody. They might say, well, I didn't do it. I just folded it and put it on the table, and then they smoked around it. That's probably what happened. But regardless of what happened, the anger I experienced was in my mind and in my body. So steps 4, 5, and 6 are creating a permanent solution. Step 4 is simply talking about what you want out of the conflict. It's like a brainstorm step in my mind, Go for it. Be free. I want reliably clean laundry that doesn't smell like cigarette smoke. I do not want our trainees to mess with my laundry. And as we discussed, those are things that I can control somewhat. I can do some I can take some action to help along those lines, but the fact is, because I've chosen to live in this place, which is really great, and I'd like to live here as long as I can. I love it. There are some, things that are going to happen that aren't ideal. So in other words, those are solutions out in the world that I can work towards, but I can't control 100%. But I also proposed a solution. I want to be able to control my anger and, respond kindly when I'm surprised by something I don't like. That is something I can control. That's me. That's managing my emotions. I can take a anger management class. I can do some reading. I can learn this Titan Maker method. Okay, so then step 6. Oh, wait a minute. Did we skip step 5? Yeah, we did. Step 5 is basically testing. Testing and role-playing your solutions. Basically, you want to think, is this going to work in every situation? So for example, I don't want people to mess with my laundry. So a couple things I could do. One, just deal with it on an individual basis. And when somebody messes with my laundry, just say, oh, hey, thanks for doing that. But in the future, when you see my laundry, just leave it because I'll get it. And I like it folded a certain way. And okay, fine. And then that person would know that. I can also, kind of do a general announcement. We have a WeChat group. I could, hey, all. Don't mess with my laundry, please. I could announce it at our morning meeting for the trainees. So we came up with a few things. I remember there was a couple things that weren't quite so practical and a few things that were. Then step 6 is basically writing a script based on every possible scenario for the solutions that you've chosen. So you already know a solution is pretty much the way you want to go, and you've tested it, so you know it's reasonable. Step 6 is kind of what I was just doing when I was imagining a conversation with somebody. Hey, blank. Thank you for doing my laundry. But in the future, when you see my laundry, just ignore it. Because I like to do it a certain way. That's sufficient. It's not, hurtful. It won't hurt anybody's feelings because they're helping. They're trying to help. I don't want to cause them embarrassment or shame. In fact, I want to thank them today. They did my laundry perfectly. Well, I had to refold a few things. Actually, just one thing. I think my T-shirt. I like to fold it in thirds and then thirds again, and they folded it in thirds and then half. And it just fits on my shelf better if I fold it in thirds and then thirds again. How do you fold your T-shirts? Comment below. Okay, so for step 6, that script, I feel like that's pretty solid, but what I would do is actually write that down. And I might even write a script for the second time I talk to somebody about it. Maybe this time I want to be more clear, you know? Hey, blank. Thanks again for doing my laundry. But remember, I said just leave it because I like to do it myself. The reason is some things I like to dry and some things I don't. And of the things I do dry, sometimes I'll even dry something for a little while and then take it out and air dry it for the rest of the time. And then once stuff is dry, I've got my own particular way I like to fold things. And actually, I just enjoy doing my laundry on my days off. It's just something relaxing. I think that would be good. Again, it's not shaming. And you know, maybe a little more clarity was helpful in that case, and I'll tell you why. I've just observed here at the center, for some people, if you don't give the full reason, they may find like a loophole, and again, they're just trying to help, but because they don't know the full reason, they may just try to help again if they see it. So, for example, my first script was something like, "Thanks for helping me with my laundry. If you see it next time, don't mess with it. I like to do it myself." I think I just was. I may have said, like one reason why, but not the full explanation. But for that type of person that needs the full explanation, they may think, okay, he likes to do it himself, but it's been sitting here in the dryer for 2 hours. I need to wash the dirty towels. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold this for him. And, again, I've discovered I may have another, to improve my script, I can also say, if you find it in the dryer or the washer and you need to use it, please come and find me. And if I'm not here at the center, just put it on the table next to the washer and dryer. That's where we put our laundry. Just put it there in a pile, and I'll handle it when I get back. So that's almost a foolproof script, right? I feel good about that. So some other scripts could be, if I wanted to do that WeChat announcement, I don't think I need to because it's not that serious of a problem. But, this is just an example. So let's say I did feel like it was kind of a serious problem. I could post in the WeChat group, "Hey, all. Just to let you know, I like to do my own laundry on the weekends. I have my own way I like to do it. Please don't touch it. I can be real clear like that in the WeChat group. Please don't touch. But come and find me if you need to use the washer and dryer. If you can't find me, just pile it on the table next to the washer and dryer. So I could do that. So you get the idea. I could make another script for the morning trainee meeting. I don't need to, you get the idea. But as you can see, this is going to be a thorough, very clear solution to, and a lasting solution to the problem. Something else I'm just thinking of is I may need to put it in the process or our documentation for training new trainees. Maybe not in our formal documentation, but like as a note to myself. Hey new trainee, you may notice I do my own laundry on the weekends. Please don't touch it. So you get the idea. When you take this level of care for any conflict, thought and care, first you're processing it fully and deeply. Then you're thinking on a really strategic and deep level, like, how do I solve this problem? Not just for now, because I already feel fine about it. I've processed the conflict, so I feel fine. We've got to push through and take that next step of, here's how I'll avoid this in the future. And of course, this one with my laundry is just a small thing, but this works on any size conflict with any emotion. Anger, sadness, fear, disgust. And the Titan Maker promise is, if you solve 7 conflicts, big or small, with this process, you'll be able to easily solve any conflict for the rest of your life. Something like that. I'm not sure what the exact promise is. The promise is your life will be transformed. And I really feel like it's this kind of the permanent solution part of it that is key, and I'll tell you why. What happens is you start anticipating conflicts and problems. So for example, I'm trying to think of something similar, like and this is true, Mondays is our rest day, so we typically have breakfast and dinner together at the center every day, but on Mondays there's no breakfast and no dinner together, so I cook for myself. Now this has never happened before, but maybe somebody could see me cooking for myself one week, and then the next week cook some eggs for me and have them ready for me, and that would, again, that would be very nice, but I wouldn't like that. I like to cook. It's actually kind of a special treat for me once a week to cook my own breakfast. I enjoy that. And so because these conflicts are similar, I could anticipate that and kind of deal with the two conflicts at once. Say if it's like our training manual, and I need a note to myself. Here's a few things you may notice. Trainee, I do my own laundry on the weekends and I cook my own breakfast. Just leave me be. That's part of my life. You enjoy your time off and I'll enjoy mine. Something like that. That sounded a little bit weird, but whatever. You get the idea. Now, I give this example, but and it's a little bit of a silly example, because what actually happens is it just becomes instinctual. Is that a word? You anticipate conflicts before they occur. You work actively to create harmony around you. And when a conflict does occur, it's kind of like, oh, okay, it's like a game. Oh, interesting. Something got around my defenses, and I didn't handle that exactly how I wanted. And the goal is not really, to not feel emotions. The goal is just to improve our lives and experience the emotion of joy more consistently, right? But when we see things that are causing, intense emotional reactions, they're typically not fun, and we can learn by them. We can learn from them. We can process them, move on, stay healthy, and act. It kind of goes back to this is kind of my own theory about evolution and conflict management. When a dog feels anger, you've tried to take his bowl away from him while he's eating. He's going to act. He feels angry as far as dogs feel emotions, and they feel maybe something like that. He feels angry and he acts immediately to implement his solution, which is to bite you. And you're not going to do that again. So the parallel for us humans, we're more evolved. We don't want to, hit or bite somebody if they messed up on our laundry. Hit or, lambast, yell at them or whatever. We want to handle it like civilized human beings, but we still have that emotion that we need to experience fully, and we still need to implement our solution. So it's not biting somebody, it's a friendly explanation, but the effect is the same. They're not going to do that again, most likely. Totally lost my train of thought there. Anyway, I feel good about that. That was a good explanation. So just reviewing 4, 5, and 6. 4, what do you want from the conflict? Just a brainstorm. 5, rehearse and test your solutions. 6, create scripts. Specific scripts to implement each chosen solution. I do want to back up there. One of my other solutions was to, let's go. And from step 5 was to take an anger management class or whatever. So that's part of step 6 too, is to make specific plans to do that and follow up with it, stay accountable. I'll tell you, 4, 5, and 6 is a little bit of a mishmash. But the key concepts are, what do you want? Propose solutions and test them. Remain aware of what solutions are completely under your power and what solutions are not completely under your power. Implement specific solutions and remain accountable to them, to following through. That's a pretty good summary. Oh, there's a flower there. That's cool. But yeah, honestly, like the Titan Maker Promise has absolutely worked on me. It's just like, I kept all of my conflicts for a while written down on a piece of paper, and I kept it in my desk drawer, and I would just refer to them like every week. And of course, these were more complicated than laundry. You know, one of them involved my landlord, and very complicated and intense feeling of anger, and also my coworker, a board member of our organization. So these were things that were like, you know, very close to my heart, serious conflicts, and they don't all have to be. You don't have the qualification for doing the Titan Maker process, using the Titan Maker process effectively, is that you experience an intense emotion around the conflict. So, you know, it doesn't have to be life or death, or, you know, with, you know, very close relationship or whatever, but it's the intense emotion that you're looking for. So anyway, I did this with, you know, I can't remember, 7 or 8, a handful, and it took months, you know, to work through these and to implement my solutions, and it was very effective. But you know what happened? I was thinking I would just continue this habit and keep writing them down and keep them in my drawer, but I just didn't need to. Conflicts stopped happening. Well, not completely, but yeah, like it's definitely like a before and after experience. life previous to implementing Titan Maker and life after, much better. All right, that's it. That's my presentation. And we're done. Those are the 6 steps. I've told you what I think about that. Meditation, mindfulness, Minecraft. There's nothing more to say. I'm sure I'll think of something though.